just make us give a couple more minutes, and I believe God's going to give us some direction, some instruction for what's about to happen. In Revelation chapter 8, an angel, notice, the angel comes to the altar with a golden censer. It was filled with much incense. This time, the result was not, it wasn't coming from God. It was the prayers of all the saints. The smoke of that incense, the prayers of all the saints ascended into the very presence of God. The Spirit that is like a cloud. It's moved about like the wind. Believe what the Word is trying to instruct us, tell us here, is that we have the opportunity to contribute to what's happening in the atmosphere. It was the prayers of the saints. You can start your own fire. You can produce your own smoke that begins to mingle with the cloud that is the Spirit, moved about by the wind that is the Spirit. That's one of the reasons why I like to have loud church. I don't mind loud church. Because I have a feeling if it's quiet church, it's probably just a little bit of smoke. But when somebody starts to move a lot and sound really loud, there's a lot of smoke that starts ascending to the heavens. Come on, it's not a personality thing. Praise isn't about personality. It's about passion. It's not about ability. It's about priority. If you're passionate about His presence, then you'll worship with heart, soul, mind, and strength. If you're passionate about Him, then you'll move and you'll shout. Come on, if you're trying to get somebody's attention, what do? If you're trying to get somebody's attention, hey, over here, if you're trying to get their attention, if it's really important, important, you start waving your arms, you lift your voice, hey, I'm trying to get your attention over here. I got a feeling right now that the smoke that's going up in this arena, it's flowing out of these doors. It's flowing out into the neighborhood surrounding us. It's flowing out into the Philippines. It's flowing out over into mainland Asia. It's flowing across the ocean into Australia. There's something that's happening here tonight that's flowing out of this arena, and it's moving across the landscape of this region. Would you listen to me for just a moment? The Old Testament where the high priest would enter into the tabernacle and take that incense, he would take that fire and begin to burn. The incense was what The censer was referring to, we read about in Revelation, time of that Old Testament, Moses' tabernacle. We begin to send up that smoke, and it might even start small. But before long, the incense would start to fill the holy place. And then the Holy of Holies, it would flow out into the courtyard of the tabernacle. And the people that were gathered around would begin to see the smoke. And then, as they would see that smoke begin to flow out of the tabernacle, then the glory of God, smoke is coming up from the tabernacle. And the glory cloud of God is coming down. I've seen it happen so many times in a church service, but maybe it's just one little elder lady saint of God who just begins to let out a cry, just starts to let out a shout. Maybe it's just one person at first. Maybe it's just one cry at first. It's just one shout at first. It's just one dance at first. But before long, somebody else starts to join in, and you feel something start to move through the sanctuary. Then another person starts to shout, and another person starts to dance. There's something that is contagious about it. There's spiritual momentum that builds as we start to send up some smoke, and the glory of God begins to come down. That's what happened. That's what happened in the book of Acts. The disciples of Jesus were in the upper room, and they were praying, and there was Mary, the mother of Jesus, and all of his brothers and his disciples. There were about 120, and they were praying, and they were sending up smoke. And when the day of Pentecost was fully come, they were all with one accord in one place. And suddenly there came a sound from heaven as of a rushing mighty wind, and it filled all the house where they were sitting. And they appeared, and the little cloven tongues like as of fire, and it set upon each of them. And they were all filled with the Holy Ghost and began to speak in other tongues as the Spirit gave them utterance. They were sending out smoke.